Well, hi there lovelies. This is Woo from Woo's Creations at wooscreations.co.uk. Today we're going to be making a one sheet wonder on a half sheet of A4, and then I shall make a card. And these are the cards these are the style of cards I'm going to make. So this one was made, I made this about a week ago, and I'd used the Field of Flowers DSP, but obviously that's not available now, but you can use any designer series paper. I think it would work with most of them. This is the cards, these are the ones I've made today, and then we're going to make one the same as this one today, right now. And then this background, I've stamped this one myself, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so let's get on. And what I'm going to do is use half an A4 sheet, or half of one full sheet, and I can get 2 cards out of this, but I didn't want to do a full sheet because I'm only going to use small flowers. Okay, so we're going to use Mint Macaron, Highland Heather, Garden Green stamped off, Flirty Flamingo and Crushed Curry. The stamp sets I'm going to use are Beautiful Friendship and Free as a Bird. And then I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to use a bloom. And it's really nice to stamp 3 times. I can get 3 stamps out of the rubber stamps. You get more stamping off shades than you would with the photopolymer. And also we'll twist the stamp as you go round, and it makes it look like a different flower. Just take that off there so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do some over here. So you're just doing it random, really. I say random, they are evenly spread out. So, and then just don't forget your corners, and then also around the edge too, like so. Maybe one there, and then stamp off, and I'll have 2 here. Okay, I might actually just do a couple there, and maybe a couple there. There we go. Right, so we're going to change flowers now to the small flower in the Free as a Bird set. Oh no, we're not doing pink. We're going to swap to Highland Heather. And then just do clusters again. You can do clusters of just 2 if you want to. You can do clusters of 3. I just think that, you know, one flower looks a bit lonely, so may as well give them a buddy. Okay, so you just pop it on wherever you like. And as I said, not forgetting the edges. Being aware though, like I've just done here, when you stamp and it goes off the page, the ink doesn't act the same, so it stays on the stamp. So it is on my paper, but when you turn it, if you look, you can see a line just there where the flower is slightly darker. So just be aware of that, and I do it all the time. But you don't notice once you've done your full sheet. You're not going to see it, to be honest. Okay, so there's some nice little Highland Heather flowers, and then we will swap to the little flower bud, and I'm going to do that one in Crushed Curry. So just pick a spot. Sorry, because I'm not over the top of it, it may, trying to aim as best I can. And then you just randomly place them wherever you feel that you know that you'd like one, like so, and have some here. And here. And then we could have some coming from off the page, because you never know, there might be flowers down there. What about over here in the corner? And off this flower. And I think over here. So you're just trying to balance what you've put onto your paper so that it all looks, well, it looks beautiful anyway. I mean, you know. Okay, so that will be enough buds. Then we're going to move on to our leaves. Just get a block, put some leaves on, and I'm going to use mint macaron for this one. Oh, let me just put this one away before I stick my hand in it. So you just stamp into the mint macaron, and then you just look for a gap and stamp. And it doesn't matter if they overlap a little bit, because flowers do that in the wild. Make it sound like an animal. So we're just going to pop a few leaves in here and there. So you try and go with the flow of the leaf, because this one bends round to the left. So you just try and follow that. So, and I do like to stamp off, do a second generation stamp, because it looks more flowing and gives it some dimension. So this one's gonna be a bit awkward because it's going around the wrong way. Okay, so then we're going to go around the edge and just make sure that none of the edges are neglected. There we go. I think that will be enough, I think. So then we're going to change from that leaf and we're going to swap to, because basically from the Beautiful Friendship all I'm going to use is one set of little things. Oh, they never stay where I put them in that one. Okay, so we're going to pop, I'm going to use the little block because it's a bit easier to direction. Now I'm going to stamp, oh not, honestly. Right, so put mint macaron away and get out the garden green. Now there's a reason for garden green. I have some garden green card I'm going to use with the cards. So all I do with this one is look for gaps and place some leaves. And even stamped off, this one is quite dark. So, but I think it works quite well. Oh, look, didn't stamp off that time, did I? Okay. So, anywhere else, maybe, like I said, around the edge, don't neglect it. There's none over here, is there? Let's just add a few in here. Maybe coming from there. Anywhere else? You can probably see it better than me, to be honest. Okay, I think that will do very nicely. Right, so now we have our one sheet wonder finished. Sorry if it's wobbling, just tapped it by accident. So we have our one sheet wonder. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut it down, and I'm going to cut this one down to 9.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters, because I want to put a colour behind it. So we have that one, Then I've already cut this one to 10 by 14, and as you can see, I've been frugal. I've cut out the flowers that I used on the other card, which I will show you in after when I finish this one. So this one is the mat for this one to go on top of, like so. And then we're going to have, oh, I think I need to change the blade of my cutter, a Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And then we shall layer it up like this. But we need to decorate it. So we're going to take this piece, and then I have a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And what we're going to do is decide where we're going to do it. So I'm going to do it up this end. So work out roughly where the middle is. Punch out the middle. Now I'm keeping this bit because I think I can use that for another card at another time. So cut that out. So then we have, let me just get the purple because I need that piece. We have, nope, it's got to go that way. Okay, so then that will go on there. So we can glue that on now. So a little bit of liquid glue, if it'll come out and oh. Is it going to come out and play the game? Oh, what is going on? Oh, there we go. We're off. Okay, so and then a little bit around the circle so it doesn't lift up. Okay. So we're going to place it on top of our mask, like so. Try and get it as even as we can all the way around. So then the mask, you see, picks up the colour of the Highland Heather flowers. I think this is Gorgeous Grape, but I don't have either in the opposite. So I don't have Gorgeous Grape ink, and I don't have Highland Heather paper. Just the way it always seems to work for me. So I think it still looks beautiful. So we are then, what I've done, we're going to use some of the dies from this set, which is Build a Wreath set. I have the dies as well, but we're just going to use I have the stamp set as well, but we're just going to use the dies for this one. And all I've used is, I have in a little box over here, here's one I prepared earlier. So what we have is, I've cut out a wreath in garden green, and then with the larger flowers and the 3 small flowers, and then a bow. There's 2 sections to the bow to give it like a 3D look, and I've cut them out of the Flirty Flamingo cardstock. So I've got all of them cut ready so that you don't have to watch me do that. So what we do is, what I like about the wreath is that you can really cut it and make it any size you like. So what I do is I look for somewhere on my wreath where it sort of flows to be cut, like so. So then it looks like that. Then we take and make sure, try and work out roughly how much I need to cut off. So I'm going to cut that piece off, and I'll keep that because it'll make a little bit of foliage on another card. Then starting with the one end, I glue the leaf, hold it for a second or two, and I've done that wrong, look. Just move, make sure it's on the edge. There we go, that's better. So then you're following the line of the circle all the way around. Then what I do is go along a little bit, and normally I do this a bit closer. So I put a little bit of glue along the next part of the wreath, and then I work out where they're going to stick down. and I've just realised that we're sticking this down. I haven't stamped the sentiment on. So I shall have to do that in a second. Bit more complicated now I've glued this on, but I'm sure it'll work fine. We'll find a little sentiment that will work. Okay, so the other cards I've made are, I've made a Mother's Day card and I've made a Get Well Soon card with all the same idea. So card and then a hole punched out and a wreath put on the outside of it. So because we're just going to quickly grab, this is the Arrange a Wreath stamp set, and I'm just going to grab Best Wishes. So no, that's Happy Easter. I could make it into an Easter card, but too early for that yet. What's that one? Best Wishes, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, so I am going to pop it on my block, find my black ink, and I'm going to squeeze it in there, like so. Now normally I would stamp that before so that I can line it up properly and things. Obviously, because I'm filming, I did it wrong. Okay, so there we go. So that's done that part. So next we need to put on our flowers. So what I like to do with the flowers is give them a little bit of a shape-a-doodle, and then take the smaller flower and shape it, and then I'm going to pop it in there. But I'm going to, now we have our flowers, we're going to place them on. So I'm going to put the bow on first. So we need to attach the bow to the back of this one, so it gives it like a two-dimensional shape. Then a spot of glue on the back, and then pop that on there, and then you just get your flowers, and we'll put one there. And there we go. Let's move all the little bits, put our glue away. Then we're going to put some gems on. Now I've run out of the one set of gems I had from Stampin' Up, and the other ones I've got don't really match. So these ones are just ones I had before, so I'm trying to use up all the gems I had left. But so I'm just going to pop some of these pink ones in the centres of the flowers. Oh, runaway gems. So I'm going to pop that one there, and then the last one here. And then we're going to get my favourite thing of all, Wink of Stella. Now you might not be able to see this on camera, but I can assure you that once you've used Wink of Stella, you'll try and find every excuse to use it. And I like to just, if I've got some plain card like this, I like to just bling it up a little bit. So on the flowers, I'm just doing it sort of around the edges of the petals rather than the whole flower. That's that. And then you could put some, you know, little group of gems down here, or you can do this. So what I did on the last card was I placed a glue dot. Oh, there's This is a take a pick tool. Has a nice pointy part on this end. And place the glue dot there, and then push the end in there, and then just wrap your string around and stick the other end into the glue dot. Because this is going to be stuck down, the string will get a bit more adhesive. The glue dot wouldn't hold it if it would just stay there. If it got pulled, it would just come off. So just move the string to where you'd like it. And then got a frog in my throat now. Right, so there we go. And then I have, where have I put it? A card base in the Flirty Flamingo. And then we're going to just pop a bit of glue on the back. And we're going to pop this on the front of here. There we go. And there you have your card. So there we are. We have our 3 finished cards. We have our one we've made just now, which is our best wishes with pink flowers. I haven't put anything on the inside of this one yet. Best wishes would cover quite a few different options. This is the one I showed you earlier with the DSP. It says, wishing you much happiness today and always. And I love this font. Wishing a lovely birthday to you. And that one was with Misty Moonlight and Basic White in the background. And then there's this one, sending healing hugs, and it's a different opening, get well soon. So as you can see, there's lots of options and you can just create whatever you like. Okay, so that's it from me today. So if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And maybe a follow or subscribe. All the details of my shop and my Facebook page and everything is going to be down below. So if you want to pop over and say hi, if you want to order a catalogue or even interested in joining Stampin' Up, just give me a message. And that's it from me today. Goodbye.